What's going on, everybody? I figure in this video I would share what I've done to the Baja so far, how it is, because it does have more things on it than it did for my last update video. I mean, I've done unboxing videos of parts that I've gotten for it, so I figure I would just share with you now. That way you can see where my HPI Baja SC is currently. You can see my cat in the background. Say hi, Rusty. Oh, he's deep in there. Anyway, so you can see there are the Proline split six wheels. They are, last video I said I had them. Now they're on. The Roven front mechanical disc brakes, they do work very well. It definitely helps secure the truck when I go to stop. The braking is much more positive. Starting with the front, my Team Chase bumper brace. I do have it flipped upside down. The last one I had it the other way. This one is pretty much indestructible. If you flip it the other way, it'll say actually Team Chase on the other side. It does bend easier, so if you hit something, it tends to give. This way there's no give. I actually like that one better. Stock HPI shocks, they are stock. I find they work pretty good. And then I have the Killer RC limiting straps. Moving on, we have the Turtle Racing HD shock mount. Let's see if I can even get in there. You can see it does replace that. You can see it go down. It is part of the it's the HD shock mount for the Baja SC or the Baja 5T. And obviously the Team Chase roll cage. Further down, the Turtle Racing front chassis brace for the 5T or 5SC. Below that you cannot see under the radio box is a Savox high torque servo. I don't have the number in front of me. Actually, I can grab you the number. Hang on. Part number for that servo is SW0240MG. This is the same servo I run in my my 5T. Moving on. Okay, moving back a little bit further. We have the Outerwears air filter cover, and behind that we have the Into-G angled air filter mount to kind of put the space, probably get it up on an angle. Below that we also have the Full Force fuel lines, so it's a brass fitting that goes down. I'm a big fan of those. I have the same ones on my T. What else? Moving on. This side is pretty much relatively the same. Nothing really added over here. Moving back over here, the GBE. Trying to get this to focus. Come on, focus on. Let me get it to focus. Hang on. It's not focusing. I need better cameras. I think my phone did a better job. Anyway, so that is the GBE rear. It's the fan cover brace. It actually, if I pull this down, it actually goes all the way down and it braces. You can actually see under there it's a little dirty. It's a little moist because I literally just got done cleaning this truck. That is, it goes all the way down and it braces the back of the fan cover. It does a really nice job. Very happy with that. It's a nice looking piece. It really adds to the truck. Behind that, or on top of that I should say, would be the Turtle Racing rear transmission mount. It's a lot thicker than the stock. Like the way it looks. Really quality piece. Up on top, we have the Turtle Racing rear shock tower brace. I spin this guy around to the back. We can see the, again, stock HPI shocks. The Killer RC limiting straps. They're all installed. Back here we have the RPM bumper brace. Basically, I deleted the rear bumper on this, and I'm happy I did it. I think it looks a lot cleaner. Looking in further, you can see the Turtle Racing transmission mount, or the whole transmission case with the quick diff. If you ever decided to pull this diff out without, you don't have to take the transmission out, literally you remove this rear bulkhead. So you would remove the top screws, the bottom screws, and the hinge pins, and pull the whole assembly out, and you can get right to the differential and change the diff. Also on this truck, we do have axle extenders. I ended up going, honestly, I went with King Motors axle extenders. I've had these for about a year now. They are the clipless axle extenders. Basically, if you're not sure what that means, I will show you. Hang on, I'm gonna. Yes, as you're on top of the truck, have a look at the top of the truck for a minute. I'll grab one of the old. Oh, actually, it was right next to me the whole time. I apologize. I had it in that. So this is the stock. Sorry for that. This is the stock HPI piece. As you can see, it bolts in. There's a bolt that goes through the center, and it locks in with 3 clips, and this just gets screwed together. So that's how it is. Instead of like on the cheaper ones that has a clip that goes through, this is the clipless system. It's much cheaper. I think I paid about, I don't remember, I think it was under $30 for all 4 of them, and it works really well. I'm very happy with it. I also changed my rear camber, or sorry, my rear toe to 0. It was 4 degrees. It is now 0 degree camber. I like the way it works much better for straight line speeds. Let me flip this truck around. All right, moving on. We have the Turtle Racing the Turtle Racing clutch housing. 2 reasons I did it. Number one, because it does say G320 on it, which is a nice touch. But for you guys who put engines in your Baja, there's a spacer that goes under the snout of that engine housing, or the clutch housing, that actually bolts in. And with the Turtle Racing one, it does not require a spacer. When I put the Zenoa in this, I actually had to trim the spacer down a little bit to fit the Zenoa engine. With this, there is no trimming required. It bolts right in, no problems at all. In front of that engine spacer, or the clutch housing, we have the King Motors aluminum clutch carrier, which people say, I bought this, I paid $25 with bearings and everything. I've had that for well over a year. It was so worth the money. Very happy I purchased it. It is a good product. Moving on, you can see I replaced my Dominator pipe. I now have a Victory big bore pipe on this. It definitely gives me more RPMs out of the truck. I did notice a little bit more top speed when changing over to this. I was happy that I did. One thing that you cannot see behind where the mount that normally goes to this side of the clutch housing, that the rear brace bolts to, is normally a cheap piece of plastic. What I did is I replaced it. Here, I'll point to it right now. To it right there. This little piece right there. Right there. And what that is, this little guy right here, that is the Vertigo engine mount that goes to the clutch housing, and then it goes to the rear brace, and it replaces the factory piece of plastic with a more secure mount. So now the GBE mount that I have on this side over here, it's nice strong aluminum that bolts to the plate, and now again the other side, it's nice strong aluminum. And the one thing I did when I bought the Turtle Racing brace, I originally didn't order this optional Turtle Racing piece, but I ordered it afterwards, this piece, which is a one-piece brake caliper piece, which actually holds the caliper in and makes it much stronger. I'm actually glad I went with it. It does, it makes changing the brakes in the back of your Baja much easier. Also, I have a vertical clutch bell, same as always, and the gearing on this truck is stock. Other than that, so this is just a once over of my Baja. I figure I'd share it with you to let you guys see it. Again, I also have Hostile-like tires. They're actually by King Motors. I'm very happy with their performance at half the price of the Hostiles. I've never had an issue with them coming apart. And I am happy with it. They do give really good grip for the money. I'm happy I went with them. I run the same ones on my T. And also on backups on the stock tires, on the stock wheels, I have Proline trenchers. So it's very important with an HPI Baja to have multiple sets of tires, because different surfaces require different traction levels. So depending on where I'm at, whenever I bring this truck, I'll bring multiple tires with me, and I'll change them as I see fit and I need to change them. I also just recently picked up the RC four-wheel drive paddle tires. They will be here shortly. When I get them, I'll let you guys know. I'll show them to you. I'm very happy I went with them. So with that said, oh, and also I do have a Savox servo for the throttle. It is, I don't know the part number, because actually that was pulled out of my Sen Colossus. So it's an unknown, it's an RTR servo, but it does very well for even pulling the mechanical brakes. It has no problem pulling the mechanical brakes. The only thing I'm unsure about, if anybody knows, I don't know if this servo is high voltage, because I do want to change this truck over to LiPo. I just don't know if that's a high voltage servo. I doubt it is, but if it is, that's great. If not, I'll have to change the servo again. But with that said, this is my HPI Baja 5SC. Figured I'd give you guys the rundown on it. That way you could see all the mods that went into it. So with that said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Later, guys.